What's going on YouTube? LTH coming at you with a video. I know I'm a little late on this Thursday night recap, but not to mention, Eagles off to their 8-0 start in franchise history by beating my Texans, improving to 6-0 all time versus Houston. Congrats to the Eagles fan base. Big salute to y'all, such as Where You Hiding, chopping up on Twitter. Same with Joey Shakes, Desert Eagle, Philly 500, Lord Brunson, Philly fan always, Philly Mike, Big D, another Eagles YouTube content creator, you know, and some other Eagles YouTube creators out there. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all earned this 8-0 record. And good luck next Monday night against the Commanders, by the way. And I can definitely see y'all moving to 9-0. Gotta root for the Houston kid and Jalen Hurts, who got the dub in H-Town, in his hometown. So, anyway, Texans. Same old Texans, they finalists, but they did play. The Texans didn't lose as bad as I thought they would, though they did actually score on the opening drive, which is rare. Starting with Davis Mills, TD throw to Quatoriano, but then the Eagles would answer with a Miles Sanders rushing TD. But then Philly would take the lead on a Gainwell rushing TD. But then Texans would tie the game with a TD from Davis Mills to Chris Moore. And A.J. Brown ended up catching the Texans killer, and A.J. Brown caught a TD. And of course, the second half, Texans nightmare. AJ made it 21-14. Then Fairbairn kicked the field goal to make 21-17. And Dallas Goedert caught a TD pass to Jalen Hurts, which made it 27-17. Then made it 29-17 with a 2-point conversion. And I gotta say, Hurts outplayed Mills hands down. But then, not to mention, Damian Pierce had himself a career night, Thursday night. 139 yards rushing, 27 rushes. No TD rushes, but he had himself a bounce back game. D Mills, sacked 3 times, threw 2 picks. Especially that one pick in the pocket when he was pressured, which, see, that's the thing about Davis Mills, man. When he's under pressure in the pocket, I always tend to make these dumb mistakes, and I want to say that a quarterback's best chance is making the play out of the pocket. If it's incomplete, then so be it, but regardless of who the quarterback, QB's best chance is out of the pocket, honestly, because compared to being in the pocket, because once the Eagles kept Mills in the pocket, Mills was in trouble, and that's what I learned. And of course, the Texans still having problems in the second half, scoring in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. But again, it didn't end as bad as I thought it would. Like when I first predicted that Houston would lose by 4 or 5 touchdowns, but they only lost by 2 scores. But man, Mills got no Brandon Cooks, who acted like a diva. No Nico Collins. Hopefully he plays against the Giants. I want to say both Cooks and Collins play, but let's just say that Cooks need to be more mature. But as far as Davis Mills in late game situations, gotta play better, man. And I noticed that Jalen Petrie dropped the interception, which could have been a possible game changer. And yeah, can't be dropping them interceptions, giving Hurts extra opportunities. Who's in the combo for MVP? Man, it'd be nice to see Hurts win the MVP award, but Petrie got to hold on to that pick. And I know Mills was sacked 3 times, but Jalen Hurts was sacked 4 times. So they managed to deliver some sacks. And Jerry Hughes had 2 sacks. Hennish had him a sack. Who else had? Oh, and Steven Nelson. He got him a sack on a sack fumble on Jalen Hurts. And who? And who? And number 9 of the Texans recovered the fumble. So, yeah, man. Defense, I mean, yeah, I know our run defense sucks, and John Grenard, is still hurt, but uh, I mean, let me say that. I mean, the defense did everything they could possibly do, man. But when it came down to the offense to do something in crunch time, that's where it counted. And not to mention, they scored 3 points in the second half, which is why they lost. And that's what it came down to, basically. Who scores in the second half. And, 8 points in the second half was all the Eagles needed. C.J. Gardner-Johnson picked off Mills, and Bradbury also picked off Mills. And I know Eagles not having Jordan Davis kind of hurt the Eagles' run defense, which is the purpose of Pierce having a career night, because Jordan Davis is a game changer for sure, a player who I wanted. Because I said this prior to the draft: if you want to stop the run, draft Jordan Davis, but that wasn't the case since Caserio gave the 13th pick to Philly, which led to Davis being drafted by Philly. But it is what it is, and with the Lions winning yesterday, the Texans now own the number 1 pick of the NFL draft. And I know it's too early to tell right now, but I could see the Texans drafting Will Anderson and Jalen Carter. I mean, I could be wrong, because I know there are Texas fans out there saying they want to draft C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young. But I say Stroud and Young are phenomenal, but drafting one of those cool QBs or even Hooker wouldn't solve everything when there's important holes to fix up, including the D-line and pass rush being a little bit more juiced up a notch. And yeah, I understand a right guard and center is what's missing as well for the Texans. Gotta also beef up that O-line a little more once the off-season starts. But until then, football season is still going on. So, again, congrats to the Eagles fans and their fan base. I mean, they invaded the life out of NRG Stadium for sure. It was a home game for the Eagles, while the Texans, it was a road game. Because, like Niners and Cowboy fans, the Eagles pretty much travel well too. Just like Steelers fans, they tend to travel well. But that's about all I got, man. It's on to the New York Giants from here. Texans fall to 1-6-1. And the AFC South news is Frank Reich was fired earlier today. I mean, it's not all Reich's fault though. Even I'm no Colts fan, but I say blame the front office for drafting all them out of prime quarterbacks. But Frank Reich would be a good offensive coordinator for the Texans, but we stuck with Pep as OC. So it is what it is. Once again, congrats to the Eagles and good luck next Monday night. So it's been LTH checking on up out of here. H-Town salute. As always and forever, go Texans. And shout out to the Astros for bringing home a second ring back to H-Town, let alone back to the American League, by the way. All right, peace.